This is a sphinx. It's a creature from Greek mythology that has the body of a lion, the wings of an eagle, and the face of a human, usually a human male. And they were typically depicted as being immortal and having the ability to heal themselves from any wound, being both physically and magically invulnerable. They first appear in literature in Homer's Odyssey, where there was a sphinx that guarded the entrance to the underworld, only letting the dead pass if they solved a riddle. And it turns out that this sphinx was actually a metaphor for a real-life Egyptian sphinx. You see, Egyptian sphinxes didn't have wings, but they did have the body of a lion and the head of a human. And instead of being immortal, they were actually tombs, with the head carved in the likeness of the Pharaoh they were protecting, so that the Pharaoh's spirit could rest in peace. The Greeks took this concept and ran with it, creating a winged lion-human hybrid that could fly into the sky and steal your lunch. I mean, they had to put food in their mouths to be appeased. So if you didn't give it to them, it would eat your lunch. In one version of the myth, the hero Theseus was tasked with slaying the Sphinx, but instead he too was challenged to a riddle contest, and he answered correctly, so the Sphinx allowed him to live and even became his friend. Together, they slew a giant snake, but then the Sphinx got eaten by a crocodile. Like that wasn't even Theseus's fault. There are other stories about sphinxes stealing women, but my favorite involves a guy named Brontes. See, Brontes was a bronze smith who was so skilled at his craft that the gods themselves came to him to get their weapons made. They told him to make a golden crown for the goddess Athena, but while he was at it, he decided to make one for himself out of the leftover gold. But Athena was not pleased when she saw this and sent a sphinx to steal his new crown. But here's the thing, Athena didn't want the sphinx to just steal the crown. She wanted it to do it without getting caught. So she imbued the sphinx with the power of invisibility. Now this plan was actually foolproof, except for the fact that the sphinx couldn't actually open doors. So as it approached Bronze's house, it started screaming at the top of its lungs to let it in. And Bronze's daughter Alcippe heard this and asked her father if they should open the door. And he said no, whoever is out there is clearly a monster. And besides, we're safe because I put all of my tools inside of this magic bag. So if it has hands, it can't get in. And just as the Sphinx was about to break down the door, Bronze put the bag over his shoulder and walked right out the front door. The Sphinx panicked, not realizing that it was invisible. It tried to grab onto Bronze's bag, but since it couldn't see anything, it just ended up slashing its own wings and legs. Then it flew away as fast as it could, leaving Bronze to walk off with his daughter and the invisible crown. And that is why whenever you're about to enter a riddle contest with a winged lion-human hybrid, always bring a magic bag full of tools.